Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, back to some more Army of Ruin. Today, the plan is to unlock a number of characters, namely two. So we're going to be jumping into the Defiled Graveyard, jumping into Graveyard 2, Ruin 2. We need to defeat all special bosses with Kerr, and then, of course, we need to complete this. Well, we don't have to complete the stage, but I want to complete the stage. But we just have to defeat all the special bosses, and then worst case, we die. Who cares? Some slowing traps, extra enemies, less experience, more monies. Let's go. We've, of course, got to pick Kerr. And, yeah, let's get her done. Oh, hold on. I don't think, what are we? Oh, I'm on double speed. Double speed is fine. I thought I was going to be on triple speed. Triple speed was going to be tough. To be fair, on some of the builds that I've been doing, do I want throwing axe? I do kind of like throwing axe. Yeah, let's take throwing axe. I have kind of been practicing and playing while I've been doing some of my grinding off camera. I have been doing some of the level 3 stages on 3 speed. It's quite difficult. It's quite difficult. I have been doing better, and I think getting more mana progression is helping. I don't believe I've put any points on anything into the last episode, I don't think. If I have, it was probably, I bet it was move speed, if I had to guess. But just in case you guys are curious what I've been spending my points on. What do I want here? I do kind of want the Quicksilver Spear. No, I've been using those a lot recently. Let's pass up on those. But what I found at the beginning of the game is like super hard, and then if you get to a point where you like have your build online, then it gets a lot easier, which, you know, makes sense. But yeah, that beginning of the game, oh buddy, super challenging. Okay, where do we got our... Oh, frickin' A. All right, let's go for a run. Nothing here really lines up with what I'm doing. I think I'm just going to ban the Armish. Ban the Armish. Yep, let's banish the armor because I don't really want to be getting close up to enemies here. Fire Staff is reasonable, but it's really far off from what we're doing. Yeah, I think I'm just going to reroll this. I do think I want to go, like, projectiles and maybe do the, like, silver bullet route. I think I'm just going to take another level in throwing axe, though. At some point, we're going to have to start doing the, like, no move challenges. We're going to have to start doing the, taking no damage challenges. But I think those are probably going to be best suited for when we unlock, like, all the characters, get all their base weapons. Because right now... You know, there might be weapon options or trinket options that are better suited for those challenges, and I just don't have them unlocked yet, so it might be kind of not smart to go ahead and do that just yet. It might be better to do it once we unlock, you know, closer to like 80% of the weapons and trinkets. But to be fair, some of the weapons and some of the trinkets are locked behind those challenges. Ooh, Mystical Firecracker shoots a big amount of projectiles per body. So we should take this simply because I don't have the evolution for it yet. And there's actually a couple weapons that I don't have. What are you throwing? Oh. Okay, I was going to say, like, when is it coming out? There's a couple weapons here that I don't have the evolutions for. So if I see them, I know one is Ghostly Trail. I'm not looking forward to play that one. We could do Emerald Ring. Actually, yeah, I think I am going to do Emerald Ring. I do actually like the skill on this character. She does a lot of damage. But right now, our #1 goal is to just get these bosses dead. Because actually, depending on the time, like, depending on how long it takes to get these bosses dead, I might just, like, back out. And then just, you know, push on to get the other characters that we need. I think I'm going to take the Whirlwind Pickaxe. That gives me a reason to take some Dark Artifacts. And Dark Artifacts tend to be pretty strong. I've really been liking Raven's Wing. Oh boy. Oh, yep. Thank you, arrows. Thank you, arrow gods. Homemade explosives. Oh, there was a challenge that I saw that said, like, earn 4,000 gold with homemade explosives. I guess I don't understand what that means. Unless you can... Unless this, like, when you kill things with it, it makes money. I didn't understand what that challenge was, but... Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's take another emerald ring. Oh, well, actually, I suppose I should complete the stage because that is actually one of the ruin challenges. So to get that ruin point, I should complete it. Yeah, I don't care for this. Let's grab the throwing axe. Question is, what do I want for my last weapon? I feel like I might want something a little bit more aimed. I tend to really like spectral daggers. I go for that a lot. Got any food around here? Energy bolt is also pretty reasonable. You know what? Yeah, let's take the energy bolt. Okay, let's get rid of this elite. Clear everyone out. I think energy bolt will give me the clearing power that I need. Whirlwind pickaxe will be fine once we level it up, but right now it's kind of poopy. Okay, I would really appreciate this chicken here though. That would be... Ooh, and some avocado. We already have this. I do need... We could go for Sacred Effigy, or do I want to re-roll? Actually, I'm just going to get rid of this, because I know I'm not going for this. Or do I? Because I just need... I need Dark Fire, so I could technically go for the Forbidden Sword. I think I'm going to take Sacred Effigy first, make sure I get my infusions online, and then if I have a chance, I will take the sword. How close is that charm? Not closer than the boss, that's for sure. This was a mistake coming in here. Okay, so I just need fire left. Well, we can go ahead and let's just get rid of the ice mirror, because we don't need to see that. Don't need any of this. We'll just take the firecrackers. Why not? Save our rerolls for when we really need them. Get rid of one boss. Can I shoot you? I didn't get really my shots off. Ooh, wait, so how good is this? Like, really good? And then if we can use the Forbidden Sword for our extra damage. I already got this level. Holy, I was not paying attention. I did not realize I had that at level 5. I've apparently really liked my throwing axes. I probably got 1 or 2 in a chest or something. That's why it was so high. Okay, well, unfortunately, I'm kind of on the wrong side of these guys, but I'm going to sit here and try to get a couple kills here. Get some extra XP. There we go. Let's get a few kills. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so at this point, I'm just re-rolling for... Let's see, so we're getting... Honestly, silver bullets isn't too bad either. But I think I need damage is the thing. So I'm going to take ranger bow here. We can work on evolving that. And then I think I'm just going to look for sword. Although this one is also reasonable. There's a sword. Alright. Alrighty. We're good here with our projectile build. Let's get the rest of this red experience. And then we got to make our way all the way over to the boss. To the boss, to the boss, to the boss, boss, boss. Hopefully we get something nice out of this chest. We do have... Jesus, I don't know my charm infusions. So we could get... Because we have double light, it's possible... I don't know if any charms are just all single. I feel like every... We're all single. Because I think all the charms that I've seen have double element infusions. Because typically I've been running builds that have all one element. Well, I guess that answers that. Extra attack rate, which I think is going to be pretty beneficial with something that goes on here later. We do have some additional attack damage, but if we can get more projectiles, then swiftness is going to be pretty good. We do lose damage here, though, so this is really sucky. But, I mean, it's boosted, so we're getting 50% fire rates. There's no way we're turning it down. Once we get that forbidden sword leveled up, it's going to be pretty good. Going to really help out our damage. But right now, we're losing a lot. But sometimes you gotta make sacrifices in order to bake a cake. What? Do I have anything? Oh, yeah, we can get our sweet ranger bow upgrade. It's elven bow. Fires piercing poison shots to the right. They bounce off the screen border. Oh, dude, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. We haven't seen that one yet. Okay, we gotta get mystical firecrackers up to level 5. Argument's sake, I should probably have taken the sword, try and get that up to 5 as fast as possible to help with my damage, but I do want to make sure I get firecrackers to 5 to unlock that. Yeah, dude, these arrows are sweet. So they just, like, they basically fix the issue. Right? The issue that they only shoot left. Now they only shoot right. Now they shoot left. I know my lefts and my rights. But just as up is down, right is left. Let's go more damage. Or actually, yeah, let's go more damage. Need to work on those evolutions. Okay, back up, shoot you in the face. Heck yeah, give me my chest. Yeah, her skill is great. I really like her skill a lot. Okay, where's the last one? Oh my god. Okay. Let's hike. Let's hike. So, if you got into this point, I got a question for you. Assuming that, you know, you're a bullet heaven connoisseur, which I would assume you are to some extent. If you're here watching a bullet heaven video and this is like the 14th or 15th video in the series, then you'll likely know a bit about the Bullet Heaven landscape. One thing that I've been trying to figure out recently, and this mostly comes because of the fact that Steam doesn't give you like the best ways of looking at like game reviews in a tiered order. You know, you can't really, it's kind of difficult to search, especially since Bullet Heaven doesn't have a tag yet. It's still, you know, it's still under Bullet Hell, which is not technically correct. One thing I've been trying to figure out recently is what are the overall question, and then I'll specify here in a second. What are the titans of the Bullet Heaven genre? Right? And so what I mean by that, there's a couple ways that you could interpret that question. The first way that you could interpret it is just what are the best games in the genre. And this is tough because I don't really have a number to set it to. It's not like I'm looking for what are the top 3. Man, these all kind of suck. I guess I'm just going to take luck since it's doubled. You know, you could be asking the question like just what are the best Bullet Heavens, and there's no like specific number that I'm necessarily looking for, right? The way that I'm preferring to think about the question and what I'm trying to figure out here is, well, okay, let me start with this. So the way that I was led into this question is I see, which is funny, I'm going to go on a tangent here. I apologize for all my tangents. It's sometimes hard to get all my thoughts out all the time without adding context to them, but I posed this question on Reddit, and maybe this is just a YouTube thing, and it's not like a casual Bullet Heaven thing, but I see a lot of the time that a lot of us in the Bullet Heaven space will quite often describe a certain type of Bullet Heaven as a Brotato-like. And Brotato is kind of the go-to like pillar for Bullet Heavens that are specifically, you know, 20-ish waves. They're all very short-lived, and you go to a shop and upgrade in the middle of those waves, right? That's what I view as a Brotato-like. So for me, I view Brotato as one of the pillars of Bullet Heavens. I think that not only is it, if you ask people, name the top 5 Bullet Heavens, I think probably over 50% of people would list Brotato in that category. But I also just think that it is the best one in that type of genre, right? I would not say that, like, Brotato and Vampire Survivors, technically they have the same, like, foundation to the gameplay, which is, you know, grab weapons that are auto-firing, defeat enemies, right? Grab experience, level up. But the way they play is extremely different, and so I'd put them in different categories, just as I would put, in my view, and I haven't figured out this one yet, but I would say either Halls of Torment or Death Must Die is another, like, pillar. I'm actually going to reroll just to try and get Sword up. I would say that one of those is a pillar, and that being the, like, lead when it comes to ARPG style Bullet Heavens. So Bullet Heavens that tend to be more about gear in their meta progression. But that's a bit looser of a category because, so in my mind, you could look at this 2 ways. You could look at Vampire Survivors as the pillar in reference to this, like, Army of Ruin style Bullet Heaven, which is you have a weapon and a trinket pair, and you have to have those to evolve. That's kind of like another subgenre of Bullet Heaven in my mind. And you could argue it 2 ways. You could say that Vampire Survivor is the, like, pillar of that style, or I could see an argument that Vampire Survivors is, like, 1 tier above everything else, and everything. It's almost like, okay, this might be a stretch, but if you're talking about, like, Greek gods, right? I would almost say that, like, rather than, I don't remember their names, but, right, like, Zeus is the father of most, obviously there are other children, but Zeus is the king of the gods, right? So then you have like the tier below him, which are like his children, then you have the children of children, right? You could argue that like this tier that we're talking about with like Brotato, Death Must Die, Halls of Torment, they all live on the second level, and then like Vampire Survivors is a level above that because it kind of like spawned all these, and everything is kind of derivative of that, even though, yes, I know Magic Survivors is above that, so you could argue that like Magic Survivors is Kronos. Right? Kronos? Yeah, Kronos is Zeus's father. So you could make that argument, or you could say that Vampire Survivors is one of the pillars of that like weapon and a trinket being tied together, like that kind of evolution. I don't know. What do you guys think? I know that there's, you know, I'm asking a question where there's no definitive answer for. I'm trying to figure out like what are the different subcategories of Bullet Heavens. Because in my mind, you know, there's the kind of, it's hard to say like standard because everything kind of plays similarly, but I would say like this system where it's like weapons and trinkets and it's a 1-to-1 evolution, I would say like that's one. I would say ARPG style is another subcategory. I would say resource gathering perhaps. Perhaps like spellcraft is another subgenre, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Do you have your own internal like system for categorizing these games? To you, are they just all Survivors likes, right? Because that's kind of what I mean when I say like Survivors likes. I tend to think more very similar to Vampire Survivors than I do Brotato, right? That's why that's why me personally I separate Survivor like and Brotato like. But I don't have another quote unquote game like, right? It's not like I ever call anything a Deep Rock like, or a Magicraft like, or a Death Must Die or Halls of Torment like. Spoiler, those are kind of right now what I'm thinking are kind of the pillars of the it's almost like if you're card game players, right? So like when I played Magic the Gathering, there were always pillars of the format. So there'd be like 4 or 5 decks. It was more so if you're looking at a metagame breakdown, there was always a significant break in the percentages. So you'd be looking at like what players are playing at that tournament, and it might be like, you know, 30% deck A, 28% deck B, 20 these are not going to add up. Let me change this. Be like 17% deck A, you know, 16% deck B, 14% deck C, 12% deck D and E, and then it goes down to like 5%, right? So you'd be like, okay, these top 5 are clearly the pillars because there's a giant break when you get to that that like next tier. There's nothing like that for this format, for these games. So maybe I'm thinking about it in an incorrect way, but I'm kind of curious. I know that there was talks a number of months ago. I think it might have been towards the end of the summer, maybe even beginning of fall. Hold that thought. We got our new character, Tisha, who's our new ranger character. Slow but steady shooter that can freeze her enemies. Oh, okay. And we have Great Rocket. So this is the evolution of the one we just did. Mystical Firecracker. Shoot a small amount of explosive petrifying projectiles. Okay, so we got a little bit of CC going there. Okay, so I think we're actually going to leave off the video here. So I ended up trying the challenge that I was mentioning that we were going to do, which was the Forest 3 Ruin 3. And one of the things that I kind of forgot was that not only is there like those challenges on the Ruin 3, the like to unlock stuff, there's also the extra enemies, less experience, and all that. And I then jumped into another one with Experiment 19 to try and get that done. And I'm starting to kind of hit a little bit of a wall. And all these higher ruin levels are starting to get very challenging. And so I think I'm going to have to start pumping up like my health percentage, pumping up my regen, my health recovery, and getting some points here. Probably actually speed as well probably needs to get pumped up. Like skill, like all these things, like projectile speed, duration, although these aren't like, I don't think are as important, but I'm kind of starting to hit that wall. Weapon capacity is going to be really important too at some point. So I think I'm gonna end up doing some grinding here to get some points before the next episode, because otherwise I'm just gonna be kind of bashing my head against the wall. Extra projectiles too would be helpful, although that's a crap ton of coins. So before you see me next time, we will likely have a bunch more money to spend, because otherwise we're going to be kind of bashing our head against the wall. Yes, it's more challenging, but like, so for example, with the Experiment 19, I was doing Shrine. I was on Shrine to Ruin 1, and every time I tried to cross between buildings, there was a drum. There was one of those AoE drums there, and I was just taking so much damage. So, you know, having extra speed would help me get through those gaps faster, which I just don't have yet. Having extra health, obviously, helping absorb that, and then having the extra regen, so that way when I do have a little bit of reprieve, I'm gaining some of that health back. We'll even, doink, get a little bit there. So yeah, I think this is going to be a big, I think these two are going to be a big factor moving forward. So we're going to get a bunch of gold, buy into some of those. I'll play a bit off camera since, you know, you guys probably don't want to see those runs where it's literally just speed through, get as much money as possible. And yeah, so that's where we're gonna leave off this one. Thank you so much for hanging out. We did unlock the, who did we unlock? Tisha. We unlocked Tisha, and I did try Tisha. She's interesting. Gonna have to figure her out. I think that her whole setup is very different from anything that we've seen before. So stick around, we'll check her out later. But for now, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, would you kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more roguelite action. I have been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.